and potency, how it all came about, what made the theory of act and potency to come about, then what was the solution given to the problems, and how the theory of act and potency is the central theory in the philosophy of being, is the core theory. It expresses itself in various forms, like in essence and existence, in substance and active accidents. So these are the extras. Then other day somebody said, well, Father, tell us something about causality. So today, very briefly, I am not going to lengthen long, so that it will save your money, it will save my time. So that what is this causality and a few issues about causality. So we are, as I said in the class, and I am repeating what I had said long back. In the class, we are discussing the question of being. So we discussed at the first level, second level. First level was the preliminary notions of being. Second level, we entered into the depths of being, the structure of being, which led us to the theory of act and potency, essence, existence, and substance accidents, and so on, all these issues. Then finally, we are going back at the end, the question, important question, why being? Why does it exist at all? Why being exists at all? We have learned everything about being. In the preliminary chapters, we have dealt everything about being. So logically, we have to ask a question. It goes without saying that why does being exist at all? So when we have the question why, the question leads us to the answer of the cause, because. Why does being exist? It exists because there is a cause. So it leads us to the causality, the question of causality. Why does being exist? Being exists because there is a cause. So the whole chapter or the whole part of this analysis of being explores on the question of causality. Being exists because there is a cause for it. So we analyze the concept of cause. And in the notes, you will find that the concept of cause, and there are related concepts, certain related concepts to the concept of cause. Cause and principle, cause and occasion, cause and sufficient reason. So these are related terms. They are related. Why they are related? Because some of them look to be more or less same. There is a lot of similarity between them. There is a lot of similarity between cause and principle, cause and sufficient reason, cause and occasion. So they are related, but not one and the same. They are related. So that is a preliminary idea about the cause. Then we are analyzing the concept of cause. Then we say that the concept of cause was first analyzed by our famous philosopher and friend Aristotle. Aristotle analyzed the concept of cause. So we explore and enter into the thoughts of Aristotle. Then after that, St. Thomas Aquinas, which is another significant philosopher for us, and we see the different dimension of this aspect called the cause. So cause leads us or responds to the question before us, why does being exist at all? So while analyzing the cause, Aristotle said there are four types of causes. Four types of causes. There is a material cause, there is a formal cause, there is an efficient cause, and there is a final cause. Or these are the four dimensions of the concept of cause. Or Aristotle calls them as the four types of causes. So anything exists, it should have a material, it should have a matter. We have the classical example. If there is a table, the table has to have a matter. And in the example, table, the matter of the table is the wood. So that constitutes what we call the material cause, out of which something is made, out of which something is made. So that is the first aspect. Then Aristotle says, matter alone is not enough. You can have wood, but wood alone does not become a table. In order to become wood must become a table. there should be an idea of a table, a form. So, if you want to turn wood into table, you cannot turn wood into table unless you know what table is. You should have an idea of what a table is. If you don't have an idea of a table, then you cannot transform wood into a table. So he said, there is a form required. There is a form required. Without form, you cannot have a table. You have to have an idea what a table is. Then, the third thing is that you have a form, you have the matter or material. By itself, a piece of wood does not become table. By itself, a piece of wood does not become a table. Somebody has to transform that piece of wood, and with that idea, somebody has to transform that piece of wood into a table. Therefore, you require what we call, in the traditional term, an agent. An agent, a person who is able to transform the piece of wood into a table. And that is called the efficient cause. Somebody who is doing this job. Somebody has to do it. And finally, he says, it is true, there is the wood. It is true that there is an idea. It is also true that there is a person who is ready to do. But the person must have a goal. Why he is doing it? Why he is doing it? The goal may be different to different people. Why are you doing it? I told you in the class, if there is no goal or a purpose, then nothing will come into existence. The purpose may be very clear, purpose may not be very clear, purpose may be different to different people, purpose may be very logical, purpose may not be not very logical, but there is a purpose always. Even if for example, the carpenter says, I am preparing table because that's my hobby. I like to prepare table. Okay, that is a purpose. If the carpenter says that I am preparing a table, so that because I am jobless, so I am just doing something, like you are doing things nowadays, jobless. Why are you doing? Nothing. That simply itself is a purpose. If there is no purpose, nothing will come into existence. Am I clear? These are the 4 types of causes advocated by Aristotle. Am I clear on this?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Yes,
Am
Father.
I clear?
Yes, Father. Understood,
Friend
Father.
Stephen, are you there?
Yes, Father, I am there.
Because I would like to see your palace there. When I see that palace, I feel very happy.
Yes,
Like
I
a
am there.
holiday home. You see? Fantastic. So, you see, the 4 types of causes. Am I clear on this, Jayan? Did you understand? Did you understand what I am talking? Nitin, are you there? Nitin is taking a siesta. So, I suppose I am clear. Anybody who is not clear? Kevin, are you clear?
Father.
Yes, okay. Denzil, is it clear?
Yes, Father.
Okay. So, 4 types of causes. 4 types. So, then we have to analyze in detail and explain further. Aristotle explains further in detail and taking out the different aspects of these causes, Aristotle. So, first we have the material cause, out of which something is made. Material cause. Material. So here, Aristotle makes 2 types of materials or matter. 2 types of materials or matter. There is what he calls the prime matter and the secondary matter. I don't know whom I had asked in the class to speak something about prime matter during the class time. I don't know who was that person. I had asked somebody in the class, prepare half a page on prime matter. Who was that fellow? Anybody remembers?
Rakesh.
Rajesh.
Rajesh. Okay. So, something on prime matter. So what is this prime matter? Prime matter is prime. Keep the word itself prime. Prime means that which comes first. Prime. That which comes first. The prime matter is a matter before matter. That means it is a matter which comes before the secondary matter. Prime matter is a matter which cannot be seen and touched. It's only in the imagination. It's only in the imagination. That's why it is called as a pure potency. It's called as pure potency. Prime matter says there is a possibility. There is a possibility for something to become something. If there is no possibility, nothing will come into existence. There should be a possibility. There should be a possibility for something to become something. It's a pure, that's why it's called a pure potency. Plus, prime matter gives the first characteristic marks to that thing. It gives the first characteristic marks. For example, when you talk about wood, which is the secondary matter, you can see the wood in the forest. So that wood, the prime matter of the wood be the woodness. The woodness. If there is no woodness, no wood will come into existence. There should be woodness. See, it is a possibility, and also it is the basic fundamental reality. That's right. Prime matter is the basic fundamental reality. If there is no basic fundamental reality, then you cannot have a higher reality. You cannot have a higher reality. It should be a basic fundamental reality. It should be a basic fundamental reality. The prime matter is the basic fundamental reality, but this reality is not existing in reality. It is existing only in the mind. This does not exist in reality. It exists only in the mind. It exists only in the mind. That's why it is called prime matter, the first matter. The first matter. It is a pure, it's a possibility for something to be something. It's a possibility for something to be something. So that is the notion of prime matter. So Aristotle said, when you talk about matter, we need to talk in terms of the prime matter, the first reality, that's called first possibility, or the first thing that can exist is the woodness. Woodness does not exist somewhere. It exists only in the mind. Woodness. I can understand what it is. So that is the first thing in the material cause. The second aspect of the material cause is the secondary matter. The secondary. The primary, that which comes first. The secondary is that which comes second. Next, the secondary. And what is the secondary matter? Secondary matter is the matter which we see in reality. Which we see in reality. Which we can touch, which can see, we can smell, we can feel. That is the secondary matter. So if you have, for example, in our famous example, wood. The wood you can see. You can see the wood, you can touch it, you can smell it. If in your country there is no wood, you go to my friend, listen.
Yes, Father.
He will show you, he will take you to the forest. And he will say, this is the wood. This is the wood. So wood can be seen there. So that is real, actualized. The first thing is only potential. Prime matter is only in the potency. Whereas in the secondary matter, it is already actualized. You can see the wood, you can touch. So in the prime matter, it is only in the mind. As I said, in the mind, the prime matter does not have a shape, does not have a color. It's only an idea. It's only an idea. Whereas in the secondary matter, the idea is translated, transformed into a reality. The idea is translated, transformed into a reality. Therefore, it is secondary. It can be seen, touched, visualized. So this is secondary matter. Am I clear? Prime matter and secondary matter. William, am I clear?
Yes, Father.
You are not clear with this, then you are a gone case. Balaswami, is it clear?
Father.
Okay, very important. So, Lucas, is it clear?
Yes, Father.
Very clear. Very good. So, you see, prime matter. So, that is the first. Then Aristotle speaks about the matter resource, material cause. Then he speaks about the formal cause, the formal cause. A formal cause, once again, has got two aspects or two dimensions. Aristotle speaks about the formal cause as two aspects or two dimensions. The substantial form and the accidental form. The substantial form and the accidental form. Now, what is the substantial form? Substantial. The very word itself must be clear. It touches the substance. It touches the core. It touches the very identity of a thing. It touches the very core of the reality. That's why it's called substantial. So, substantial, once again, is not seen in reality. It's in the mind. It's in the mind. Substantial, this one. Whereas the other part is seen in reality. So, the form, substantial form, is not seen, but it can be understood. Can be understood. For example, for example, in our famous example, table. The very idea of a table is a substantial form. The very idea of a table. I must have an idea what table is. The very idea of a human person, what human person is, I must have an idea. Human person means as somebody said, he is a Homo sapiens. He belongs to the category of human persons. He does not belong to the category of gorillas, or he does not belong to the category of, I don't know what category of chimpanzees, or he does not belong to the category of hippopotamus, although some may look like an hippopotamus. Some may look like an hippopotamus. But he is not an hippopotamus. He is a human being. There is a serious distinction between hippopotamus and human being. So, that is in the mind. Substantial form. That is the form, the real essence of a reality. The essence, the core of a reality. But it is in the mind. That is the substantial form. The accidental form is visible in reality. The accidental form is visible in reality. What is this accidental form? Accidental form is a form which we can see, we can touch, we can hear. For example, the accidental form of a table, it can be a square table, rectangular table, it can be a round table. The accidental form of a human being varies from person to person, whereas the substantial form is the same. In all tables, the substantial form is the same because it is a table. In all human beings, the substantial form is the same because he is a human person. Whereas the accidental form is different, the shape of a person. Somebody may be very tall and carrying a weight of 90 kilos. Somebody may be very short, carrying a weight of 40 kilos or 30 kilos. Somebody may be carrying a weight of 100 kilos. Somebody may be carrying a weight of, I don't know, 45 kilos. So you see, my friend Rajesh, he was worried about his kilos. And now I don't know what kilos he was not eating. I don't know whether he's eating at home.
62, Father.
He has come down to 62. What was your kilos earlier?
100.
105, Father.
105.
Yes,
Oh my
Father.
goodness. I just hold on. I will take this call. Yes. Hello, Maxi. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, datla. Bokas asa. Datla. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you see, this man has made a severe effort. Rajesh, please eat, man. Don't die. We need you.
Yes, Father.
Please eat. Don't die. Otherwise, you may reduce to 30 kilos. Look at Gleason. He's eating 6, 7 idlis a day, morning, evening. So do some exercise and eat, please.
Yes, Father.
We need you.
Yes, Father.
So you see, so people are worried. Whereas my friend Glanson is not worried about his weight at all. He is same as it was in the beginning. He is now neither increased nor decreased.
In Robin,
Same.
Robin too, Father. Robin.
Who?
Robin.
Which Robin?
Oh,
Robin
Robin.
Robinson, Father.
Robin. Our Robin is another example. He is the same. He doesn't increase or decrease.
Or
He
Lloyd
can
also,
eat
Father.
any amount.
Lloyd
He
also,
can eat
neither
any.
increase nor decrease.
Okay. See. So you see. The Rajis, they are lucky fellows. They can eat any amount.
Yes, Father.
No increase, no decrease. So you see, so that is called accidental form. It varies from person to person. Am I clear
Yes,
so
Father.
far? What is a cause, material cause, formal cause? Then there is the efficient cause. Efficient cause. So efficient cause is the agent who transforms from the material cause to the reality that comes into existence. Efficient cause. Efficient cause. So here, while talking about efficient cause, Aristotle, then also St. Thomas Aquinas, gives us substantial ideas and very important ideas. And they are very important. And in the class, I gave you a question and also the answer. How do you prove the existence of efficient causality? How do you prove the existence of efficient causality? And we said the answer comes from two aspects. Why do things exist? And why do things change? Both these answers are leading us to the question of that there is an efficient cause. How do you prove the existence of efficient cause? We prove the existence of efficient cause through two ways. One is the question, why do things exist? And the second thing is, why do the things change? So you study in the notes, it is given beautifully. Read that, you will get the answer. It's simple. So there you will get the answer of efficient causality. And I also said that St. Thomas Aquinas insists on this because efficient cause is the one who brings something into existence. Now, when it comes to infinite being, we said infinite being is the cause of itself, causa sui, because it is not caused by somebody else. If infinite being is caused by somebody else, then somebody else becomes somebody else. So it cannot go on ad infinitum. We should have a stop somewhere. And where we say that infinite being is not caused, it is uncaused cause. He is the cause of everything. He is the beginning and alpha of everything, alpha and omega of everything. So you see, so that leads us to a very important conclusion, a very significant conclusion that the infinite being exists. Not only that, secondly, infinite being is connected to our existence. If I exist, I am not the cause for my existence. Naturally, I will say my parents are the cause for my existence. The parents are the cause, their parents are cause of their existence. Their parents are cause of their existence. But no finite being is caused by itself. Finite being needs to be caused by somebody. We have seen that in the 5 ways of St. Thomas Aquinas. We have studied that. So the cosmological argument. So you see, it leads directly to the existence of an infinite being, which is very important. So efficient cause is very important because it leads ultimately to the existence of an infinite being. The same thing in the question of why do things change? And I explained to you in the class, change here does not mean change, ordinary term of the word. In philosophy, in metaphysics, in ontology, change has a special meaning. What is the meaning of the word change in metaphysics, in ontology? What is the
Movement
meaning?
from potency to act.
Yeah, it's a movement from potentiality to actuality. That's very important. Change in our terms. It's a movement from potentiality to actuality. So all the theory of act and potency will come here again. All the theory of act. So potency is something which is imperfect. Act is something which is perfect. Now imperfect cannot give itself an act because it does not have an act. You cannot give what you don't have. The potency becomes act. It is not the reason why potency can give itself an act because it does not have. So if potency becomes an act, there should be a being in act who enables the potency to move from potentiality to actuality. That is the principle of St. Thomas Aquinas. So there should be a being in act from potency to act. To move from potency to act, there should be a being in act. Nothing can this one give itself what it does not have. So you see, this concept of change shows once again that the concept of being a cause from potentiality to actuality has to be caused by somebody else. So movement from potency to act is enabled because there is a cause. If there is no cause, you cannot move from potency to act because potency cannot give itself an actual. So change implies that there should be an efficient cause. Change implies there should be, if there is no efficient cause, there cannot be change. So change leads us to the conclusion of efficient cause. Am I clear on this issue?
Yes, Father. Understood.
Everybody
Yes,
clear?
Father. Yes, Father.
You have to read the notes now. Robin, read the notes. Robin, read the notes. We may be cut at any time because our time is getting, I'm not coming back to the second hour. We'll come
Yes,
back
Father.
again another day. But
Sure.
am I clear so far?
Yes, Father.
Anybody is not
Yes,
clear?
Father.
Yes, Father.
Ah.
Yes, Father.
Clear, Father.
Dominic, are you still existing?